Do we want to talk about the eBay deal this morning? I think we should. It's one of the larger deals we've seen. A headline, by the way, $9.2 billion, but not necessarily the route that some had thought they would go in terms of the sale of the classified business of eBay. You can see the stock is looking up. It's had a great run already. Of course, it has benefited from the pandemic. The platform seeing traffic that it had not previously seen as people more and more shop from home, of course. The classified sale had been in the process for some time. There'd been a number of potential buyers. We thought the bids might come in the low $8 billion, but they got 9.2, but it's more than that already because of the structure of the deal. And again, that's where I get back to something that I think is a bit of a surprise. There'd been an expectation that eBay would potentially sell classifieds for cash, simplify the business in a significant way, which is what many of their shareholders, including Elliott, had been pushing for. Instead, they go for a deal in which they will get $2.5 billion in cash and 44% ownership of Norway's Adevinta. Take a look at shares of Adevinta this morning, because they are talking about estimated annual synergies of about 150 to 180 million. And that has captured the imagination of shareholders of that company. And so the overall value of the deal has just gone up dramatically. And so it would appear that perhaps eBay made the right choice here. I'm told there was a private equity bid roughly that was in the $9 billion range. Naspers, well-known company, was also in there, but there was a concern that eventually Naspers might compete with the core marketplace business at eBay. So they choose this more complex deal in which they will own 44% of Adevinta and potentially sell it down over time, Jim. But it looks like, at least based on that move in that stock, perhaps the right deal, because this is not a $9.2 billion deal anymore. It's closer to an $11 billion deal.
That was a great deal. I always thought that business was worth more. I also thought, by the way, the StubHub was worth more, but with no games, it's hard to, and no concerts, StubHub is it's just a stub of
they're
StubHub.
lucky when they sold it when they did. That's for sure.
They did well.
I mean,
but
the
David,
timing was great on that.
I want to ask you, David, in the running, were there any SPACs in the running to get this?
No. No,
no SPACs. I know another half dozen SPACs that are about to hit this market.
I know.
Well, David, what do we do about that? What does it say?
You can do the SPAC attack report today if you want, Jim, if you got them. It's incredible. It has generated an enormous amount of fees on the capital market side for, Citi, Credit Suisse. A number of these banks are very active in this area, but everybody is, and everybody wants to do a SPAC. That said, this is not a company that was looking at rolling into a public entity, as, of course, really what SPACs are is another alternative to a IPO, remember. But on this deal, Jim, back to eBay for a moment, you are left now with the core marketplace business with the new CEO, Jamie Iannone, and who ran e-commerce, of course, at Walmart. And we'll see. The stock has done extraordinarily well because they've seen already a significant increase in terms of traffic to the platform. But, I think he's looking for opportunities to sort of reimagine the company at this point. And there's a hope amongst their shareholders, with StubHub out, with at least having monetized classifieds, that the focus on organic growth at the core marketplace will actually prove successful.
All right, so Carl, you look at eBay, you look at that chart, and you have to say to yourself, you know what? eBay, which has gone up huge ahead of this, turned out to be valued much more highly than we thought it was. And I think that what you might see, when you see something today about Amazon and raising numbers, maybe what's really happened is that there's a moment in capitalism. David's going to hate this, so maybe David can step off and make some calls. There's a moment in capitalism where we just decide, you know what? We undervalued these companies that took over the world. Amazon took it over. Microsoft took it over. And they were just incorrectly valued. And that's really your hope. And eBay is a little bit more on a microcosm. But look at that. When Devin Winnig was running it, we thought it was worth like 25. It turned out to be worth a lot more. So the bulls have to hope, you know what? There's a revolution going on and stocks were valued incorrectly. And now we have to change the way we view things.